We gotta look back at this.
How does he maintain possession?
Jenkins, and that definitely was a little helmet-to-helmet on that hit.
Guys, Meredith Gorman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
NFL Divisional round is here, guys. 2 games Saturday. Texans at Ravens. Packers at 49ers is the night game Saturday night. Sunday, Bucks at Lions. And then we end it with the biggest game of the week. Chiefs at Bills. I'll look at all 4 games like usual. Break down the games, provide my thoughts, leans, free picks, and more. Systemsportscapping.com is the website, or link.me/systemcapping for client packages, records over the years, client comments, resume, and more. New package available. Bet with me in Vegas. Check that out. Email for more details. Current best bet run right now is the NHL. Best run right now is the NHL, 11-2. Obviously, PGA has been off. UFC has been off. So NHL right now is the hottest. Pending futures in the NFL. Looking forward to these. See if they go through this weekend, or at least stay alive after this weekend. Ravens plus 1,800 Super Bowl winner start of the year. 49ers plus 1,000 Super Bowl winner start of the year. Let's get into a wild card recap for you guys. Right, some big surprises. Mainly one, Packers, of course, right? It did lose my main bet of the week. Cowboys and Chiefs, moneyline parlay at plus 100 even money. Tough beat there, right? Tough beat there with the Cowboys. You know, probably should have factored in a little more their poor playoff performances over the years, right? On paper, obviously, Cowboys are a much better team. They had the much better season. 16 wins at home in a row. But hey, Packers came into this game hot, playing well. Love was playing really well. You know, I didn't expect the Cowboys to go far in the playoffs. I did expect them to win this home game, though. You know, I expect them to probably lose. Maybe, well, they probably would have played the Lions, maybe, or obviously San Fran eventually, right? So I expect them to lose the next round, maybe make the NFC finals. But hey, Cowboys just continue to prove that this team is not built to win a Super Bowl, not built to make a run in the playoffs. And, you know, I was very disappointed to see Mike McCarthy not get fired. You know, Jerry Jones, no balls. No balls, right? And you have to understand, you know, when a coach, sure, he's a good regular season coach, but 1-3 in the playoffs just won't cut it for America's team. Just not going to cut it. Jerry Jones had to make a statement there. Fire somebody. Maybe the defensive coordinator. Someone. Do something, Jerry Jones, right? So, not pleased how that went down in Dallas. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would be very disappointed. Just a tough team to root for. Obviously, Chiefs cruised to victory at home as expected. 4th coldest game ever in Kansas City. They cruised to a victory. Dolphins just too banged up on defense. Too banged up in general. And the climate concerns, obviously, for them showed. KC was the easy play there. Happy for the Lions, right? Well-deserved win in a game that could have gone either way, right? I was on the Rams plus 3.5 full unit. Really liked that. I thought Rams could also win the game. They had a chance, right? 50-50. It's just, this is the difference in the game. The red zone numbers, right? 0-3 in the red zone for the Rams. 3-0 for the Lions. That's the big difference here. Lions played actually pretty good defense. Their defense has started playing a little better towards the end of the year, and it has to if they want to make a run here in the playoffs. They're set up to make a run in the playoffs. They're set up to get that game, most likely against San Fran. So, interesting here. I'll break that down, that Bucks and Lions game here shortly. You know, the only guy they couldn't stop on the Rams was Puka, right? Unbelievable season from the rookie. Unbelievable. He had 180 yards. What a year. They slowed down the run game, though, which was good for the Lions. They were able to get pressure to Stafford at times, especially the last drive. They were able to get pressure there. Just happy for the Lions, right? Obviously, do all the history there. They get that big playoff win. So happy for them. And then the Bills, right? Nice win at home, cruised at home in conditions that I guess favored them. Obviously at home they play really well, great at home. Allen had that big rush, that 32-yard rushing touchdown. That was huge. He had a big throw at the end of that game too, a touchdown throw. So yeah, Bills get that win at home. I think that was expected. I thought maybe Pittsburgh could hang around and maybe cover the game. I think if it went the day before, I think Pittsburgh probably would have had a little better chance. But I think it did favor them. Pittsburgh had to come in a little late. Travel concerns, probably delays with the weather, etc. So I think that move kind of hurt them. But hey, what can you do there, right? Another terrible performance from the Eagles. It was like watching a high school team tackle out there, right? Started the year 10-1, ended at 1-6, first time ever. Who predicted this, right? Very hard to see the Eagles collapse like this. I knew they had a tougher schedule to end the year. Sure, split the year, maybe go 2-3, maybe go 2-2, whatever the case was. But they lost the games that they were supposed to win. They just fell apart totally, right? Losses to the Giants, losses to the Cardinals, and now the Bucks blow them out. Right, we were all over the Bucks in that game. Hopefully you guys detail that. Bucks were the play, right? Eagles, was it the Bucks looking good or was the Eagles looking bad? Not too sure. Not too sure. We'll find out against the Lions this weekend. But hey, Baker played well, did what he needed to do. But that Eagles team, go watch the Ray Lewis comment. He made the best comment. They couldn't tackle. They couldn't tackle. It looked like a high school tackling team. Bradbury was one that I recall, which was a terrible missed tackle. He's not a good corner anyways. The secondary's poor. The defense is one of the worst defenses at the end of the year. Last 6-7 games, one of the worst defenses in the entire NFL. One of the worst teams in the NFL to end the year. Very surprising at the start of the year. Not many people would have saw this, but that's what makes the NFL so fun. Let's hear from my friend Kristen before we get into this card.
For you sports bettors out there, let's be honest, you probably need a little bit of help beating those books. System capping is a proven long-term winner against the sports betting market in multiple sports. He's built a worldwide clientele due to his high winning percentage over the years. Be sure to click the link on the bio down here to check out his profile, and you can also find out his resume, client comments, podcasts, and subscription opportunities. I'm going to be following him along too, so let's win some money together this season.
Shop around. Shop around, have multiple books, get the best prop number out there. Get the best line out there. Playoff line's pretty tight around the market, similar. You'll find half differences at books. But props, you'll find a few yard differences. Pricing is different. Some best advice I can give you week to week. Texans at Ravens. Ravens minus 9.5. Nines out there too. A total 43.5. Not many, if any at all, had this matchup as a divisional round to start the year. Not many people saw Houston even in the playoffs. I was one of them. I expected them to be better, right? I expected them definitely to be better, improve. But we didn't know how Stroud would adapt in year one. And it has been impressive. Not only has he been the best rookie, definitely the best rookie QB, one of the best QBs, period, guys. Me personally, even with limited weapons. Some people say he has good weapons. I say it's limited. Right? Collins, love him. A breakout year. Dell, injured. He's a great weapon, but he's injured. He's been injured for half the year now, right? Schultz, not a bad, nice tight end piece. Is he a game breaker? No. Robert Woods, toward the end of his career, but a nice little piece there. Noah Brown's out. They just don't have that. Now, Collins, I'll put in that category. I'll put him as a game breaker. Dell, injured for this game, keep in mind, but Dell as well. So they do have pieces, but it's young pieces. It's not proven pieces before this year, right? Collins broke out this year. Dell was breaking out this year. It's young pieces. So it was hard to predict that this team was going to be any good going into the year, and they are here. Right? Stroud has put this team on his back. Carried them here, in my opinion. Obviously well coached. D'Amico Ryan's unbelievable coach. The defensive at times are good enough. And they found a run game late with Singletary. They're coming into Baltimore hot and playing some good football. Blowing out Cleveland, which nobody's seen. Sure, they could have won that game, right? It was close, 2.5 favored by Cleveland. So taking Houston in that game was not crazy, of course, right? I know more people thought Cleveland. I even thought Cleveland would win the game. Due to their defense didn't play good. And Stroud was a big reason for that. He is that good. But no one saw them blowing out Cleveland. Right? Let's be honest here. At the end of the year, they beat the Colts. They beat the Titans to get in here. They won the division because obviously the Jags slipped up. That's why they actually won the division, let's be honest here. But they beat the Colts when they needed to, and they beat the Titans. A lot of that was due to their defense. Their defense showed up, right? Allowing 3 points to the Titans and 19 against the Colts. And then more importantly, 14 versus the Browns. So their defense is playing well. To end of the year, they got a little more healthy, too, on defense. Even though this Houston team's been pretty banged up throughout the year, they're starting to get a little more healthy. Tunzel got hurt last game. He should play here. Is he 100%? Probably not, but he'll push through it. Tunzel's one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. He should play here. But they're going to be without some key guys, right? Noah Brown's out. He's a nice depth wide receiver. So keep that in mind here. You're going to want to have everybody as healthy as you can going into Baltimore here. Right, these two did play. Remember, they did play week 1. A lot of people forget about this game. They did play week 1. Baltimore started slow, and it made sense. They didn't start any guys during the preseason, so they were going to come out slow. Made sense. They lost that game 25-9, the Texans. Right, Baltimore ended up just taking over in the second half. 25-9. Now, both aren't the same teams. I get it. Houston, obviously, a lot better now. That was the rookie's first game. Well, first game. I think he must have played some preseason. That was Baltimore's return. Now Baltimore's the best team in the NFL, guys. Rested and coming off a bye. Some say it could affect you. Some say it could be rusty. That's hard to predict. I can't predict that. No one could predict how the Ravens are going to come out if they're going to come out rusty. You just have to look at the regular season stats, the team that they have, and just the overall talent that this team has. Right? This isn't just some team. Like, even if you look at the records, like teams off buys, it's actually not favored for teams. But how many teams off the bye are favored 9.5? Right? Both the 49ers and Ravens are favored by 9.5 in these games. Right? But this Ravens team is different due to the veteran leadership that they have this year. Right? Roquan Smith, big game changer in that locker room. Locker room is key, guys. The locker room is very key at this time of the year. Of course, the talent, the overall roster, who shows up. It's one game, right? Who shows up, who puts in that extra effort, who doesn't turn over the ball, and who has the bigger plays is very key in the playoffs. Of course, that's the main stats, if you want to call it, to look at. But it's that veteran leadership, too, and that locker room. And Roquan Smith is a true leader. Similar to Ray Lewis when he was with the Baltimore Ravens. You got Odell Beckham. Maybe more of a quiet leader, but I've seen him do speeches in the locker room this year. And he's a Super Bowl winner. He knows how to win. He knows how to play big in big games. Expect him to have a good game here. Clowney, been around the block, veteran now. And Van Noy. Right? Van Noy is one of the most underrated players and probably the best free agent signings all year from any team. He's come in with a ton of sacks. I can't remember the number. I'm going to say 7. Could be wrong. Ton of sacks on the year. Brings pressure and the veteran leadership. This team did not have that veteran leadership prior years. Now they got multiple guys at different levels of the ball with that leadership, and that's huge to go on a playoff run. If the Texans win this game, it probably would be the most surprising lost by a team in the playoffs for a very long time. I'm not going to say ever, because I don't know, right? I'm just going to say from what I can remember. You know, Packers over Dallas, sure, it was a surprise, but it wasn't, you know, crazy shocking, right? Cowboys favored by 7, their playoff woes. But if the Texans go into the Ravens and beat them, very shocking. Very shocking. Could they hang around, cover 9.5? Sure. Of course they could. They're coming in hot, right? Ravens haven't played for a few weeks. I get if Texans come in here and cover. They weren't able to cover the first game. Obviously a lot different. They're 4-4 on the road, guys. This Houston team's a lot better at home. Keep that in mind. MTN Bank Stadium is going to be loud. It's going to be cold as well. Not a lot of people talked about that. You got to understand. It's going to be cold there in Baltimore. Texans play in a dome. Texans mainly play. If you look at their division, it's mainly warm climate teams. Stroud from California. Now, he did play for Ohio, so he played in cold games, but not cold like this. Keep that in mind, guys. So, Ravens win this game. I don't like the spread. I'm not going to bet the spread. I could see Ravens easily winning by 10 or more if Texans don't show up and if this Ravens #1 defense from the regular season shows up. Key injury on the Ravens defense, Marlon Humphrey's out for this game. One of their best corners. That is a little bit of a loss. However, they're deep at corner. They made sure they were deep at corner at the start of the year. And lucky guys like Ronald Darby's playing incredible. They got Rocky Sin there as well. And obviously Brandon Stevens took over as the #1 corner. He's been outstanding this year. So, Ravens teaser market best play for me. You get to that 2.5, 7-point teaser. Total's tough. Very tough on the total. Flip of a coin there. I'm staying away from the total. Would I be shocked if Texans hang around? No. You know, maybe Ravens by 6 or 7 points is possible. Yeah, if it's like a 3-point game, I would be a little surprised. I would be surprised if it's like a close, you know, Tucker field goal to win the game. Very surprised. So I'm staying away from the spread here. I like the Ravens in the teaser market the most. I would be shocked if the Texans win this game. I just don't think they have enough weapons to do so, and their defense won't be good enough against Lamar Jackson and his unpredictability and his upgraded offense in Baltimore. Saturday night game. Conflict with the UFC. I'll have a few screens going. Packers at 49ers. 49ers minus 9.5. Same line as the Ravens game. Total 50.5, a little higher here. You know, not many, again, had the Packers here either, right? Especially at the start of the season. Especially in the mid of the season. They just were not looking good. Even in the playoffs, right? Even in the playoffs, not too many people had them outright beating Dallas. I like the 7.5 on Packers to cover. Definitely did not think they're going to win that game. It's the same situation as the Texans here. Come into the game hot. Young quarterback playing well. Can't really call him a rookie, right? No. First time in the playoffs, though. But coming in hot, big win versus Dallas and a blowout win in that. Let's add that to it, right? A dominating win over Dallas in Dallas where they won 16 in a row. Beat Chicago and the Vikings to get into the playoffs to end the year. Remember, this team shouldn't even be here. They beat the Chicago. It was a close game. Vikings as well. It wasn't like they were dominating these games. They kind of just got into the playoffs playing well enough, and Love was a big reason for that. Their defense hasn't been playing great. Love has really carried this team, right? They've been banged up all year. They're getting a little healthier, right? Jones back healthy is huge. What a big game he had, right? 118 for 3 TDs. Love had 3 passing TDs in Dallas. He made it look easy. Very impressive. Can he do that on the road again against the 49ers with limited weapons at wide receiver and tight end? I just have a hard time seeing it, guys. Same situation as the Ravens. Coming off a bye and got healthy. Does the Russ theory come into play here? Sure, maybe. I don't know. Nobody knows. Right? The defense and weapons they have are just too good forget how to play football, right? Both these teams, they're not going to just forget how to play football. I get they could start slow. I get they could, the first couple series on offense could be slow, sure. But there's no excuse for the defense to come out slow. Why? Why are you going to come out slow? You have more time to prepare for a team. You have rest. You're less injured. You should come out flying. I could see more of the offensive struggles, sure. But maybe for just a quarter. Not the full game. It's been 2 weeks only, guys. You didn't forget how to play football. I just don't understand how teams come out slow, right? But guys, 49ers, Ravens, these aren't the normal teams from divisional rounds. These are clearly the best two teams in the NFL. And it's not even that close this year. You got Chiefs, Bills hanging around there as well. But it's not even close that the 49ers and the Ravens were the best two teams on the year. And the Ravens proving they were the best team on the year. Right? If Purdy does start slow, which he could, he has at times shown in games that he's not capable of maybe winning big games or taking over a game. They got Christian McCaffrey, guys. They got Christian McCaffrey to just take over the game if needed. Right? This Packers defense is not good, let's be honest. Right? Cowboys still put over 30 on them even though they were later in the game. Right? The defense is not great. 49ers will be putting up high 20s to 30s in this game, in my opinion. Can the Packers keep up is the big question. They did against Dallas. However, this is not the Dallas defense. 17 a game in the regular season they allow. That's third in the NFL for the 49ers. They'll be bringing a lot more pressure than Dallas did and overrated Parsons. Best linebacker in the NFL, Warner. Won't be allowing Jones to run for over 100 yards. San Fran was third in the NFL against the run on the year, guys. 89 a game. Love in this offense needs to run and get the run game going for this pass game to open up. That's how they have success. And that's why they were struggling during the year. No Jones. Dillon's not a 3-down guy. They didn't have no run game. And when you don't have a run game, it doesn't open up the passing game. So if they can limit Jones against the run, which I expect them to do. If Jones gets over 100 yards in this game, rushing, I would be pretty surprised. Pretty surprised. Because you have to stop that first with the Packers to open up the pass game. I have a hard time seeing Love just throwing all over this 49ers defense like he did against Dallas. Let's be honest, guys. They got the tape on it. They got the defense to stop it. I expect 49ers to win this game. Similar to the Ravens, favorite play would be teaser market. Get it under 3. I would actually lean the Packers plus the points. But again, like the Ravens game, I wouldn't be surprised if 49ers win by double digits. It's tough to call here. It's tough to call how these top teams in the NFL are going to come out right away out of the gate. And if they do come out slow, covering is a possibility. The total 50.5, tough. I lean the under. Never playing overs in playoff games when they're in the 50s. So I would lean the under in that game. Wouldn't be surprised Packers cover that number. I know they're favored to cover the number. But favorite play in this game would be 49ers teaser. Market, I expect them to move on. And pretty much move on and go to the go to the Super Bowl. 49ers have an easier path in my eyes compared to the Ravens. Bucks at Lions. Lions minus 6.5 total 49. Another matchup. I would say would not have seen this happening, right? Lions, sure, maybe. Bucks, no. Bucks, I obviously did not see them being here. Tampa was very inconsistent all year. However, played good football to the end of the year, and that's what matters. That's when you want to be playing your best football, at the end of the year. They ended the year 5-1 to win the division. Remember, that division was a battle all year. All year, that division was a battle. Saints, Falcons, and Bucks. Bucks pulled away at the end. They played good football at the end of the year. And then the big win last week versus the Eagles, the high school football team. Sure, the Bucks were beating, they're beating up on some bad teams. Carolina twice in that run. In one game, they only beat them 9-0, which was a weird game. Falcons, they also beat. Not a good team. They did beat some good teams in there, guys. They're capable of beating good teams at times. They beat the Packers on the road in Green Bay. Good win there. Right? They beat the Jags as well. Now, Jags fell off at the end of the season, but they blew them out. So, this Bucs team at times plays really good defense. Right? Proves that. The last 2 games they've allowed 9 points only. Right? Against struggling teams, I get it. But still allowing the Eagles to only score 9 points is impressive. Struggling or not, right? They still have the weapons to score Eagles. The Eagles' problem was more their defense and why they were struggling. Right? Their offense, the Bucs, it starts with White. Rachaad White has to get going. It has to open up the run game, similar to the Packers, to get Mayfield throwing the ball. You can't just have Mayfield, throw the ball a ton in the game. It's not going to be pretty. I never like having a ticket on the Bucs due to Mayfield. Now, last week I did have a ticket on the Bucs. I did give out a free play to you guys as well. Hope you detail that. And the reason I had that is more because the Eagles were struggling, not because the Bucs were good. Right? It was more the Eagles' struggles is why I had to play on the Bucs last week. And it paid off big time. Right? Paid off big time. Now, on the road, this Bucs team is a lot different. Going to the Lions here. Lions, great at home. This offense is very explosive. How the Bucs improve defense towards the end, they're going to look against this explosive offense. Not going to be able to shut them down, but they already did play them fairly well. Right? Lions already have a win against them on the year. These 2 teams played, guys. These teams played already. In Tampa, Detroit won the game 20-6. So you could say the Bucs limited their offense. However, Lions limited the Bucs offense as well, right? So, weird score. 20 that's a weird score. I don't know if I bet on that game, but if I did, I probably lost if I played the over. You probably would think that game would go over, right? If you took Lions on the spread, you probably did cash there. Not too sure what the line would have been. Probably on the road in Tampa, Bucs, probably Lions -4, right? 3.5. I'm guessing there. Tampa Bay wasn't playing great at that time. And here it's another tricky spread, right? 6.5. It's tough. It's a game you can see Lions at home with that fan base. It's very loud in there too, guys. In the dome. You could see them win by a touchdown, right? Do I want to hold a +6.5 ticket on the Bucs? It seems like a trap. It seems like the books want you, to maybe get into the Lions because it's a 6.5, right? To bet it. Because it's under a touchdown. And the Bucs hang around due to the defense. Very possible. But Baker, obviously banged up coming into this game. He's going to have another good game here. Lions defense has been good to end the year, guys. Right? Think about it. They limited the Rams to what was it? 23 points, 22 points? And 0-3 in the red zone. And they also limit the Dallas offense to 20 points, 21 points. So back-to-back games, they're playing well on defense. Keep that in mind. And, this Bucs offense isn't spectacular by all means. It could get going. But Baker is that focal point, and they got to run the ball with White. And White has struggled to end the year at times. I don't think he's 100% healthy either. So, gun to my head, lean Bucs +6.5. I expect Lions to win the game and move on and most likely play San Fran, which would be a fun game. But I think the offense is just too explosive. And then if you add the defense playing better, it's a dangerous team, the Lions. Dangerous team, especially at home. Right? Lions go on the road to San Fran. I wouldn't expect them to win the game. Does Buck have a chance to win this game? They do have a chance. They do have a chance. This is Baker Mayfield's biggest game of his career. How is he going to show up? How is he going to show up in this game? And like I said, if that defense plays lights out like it has been, they got a chance to win this game, the Bucs. I'm not going to say they have no chance. And due to the fact that I think they do have a chance, I would lean the +6.5 here with the Bucs. Is it going to make a client card? No. So I'm not super confident on it. But if you ask me for a play, I would take that. And I would lean the under. Lean the under at 49, right? Lions are capable of easily putting up high 30s. So if it gets into that, you're screwed. Right? You're screwed probably on the total because you expect Bucks to score in this game. They're going to be putting up some points. But if Lions go off and put up in the 30s, that total is going to be in trouble. But I think Bucks defense is good enough to limit it. Rams were able to limit it, and that Rams defense is not great. So total, I'm going to play the under. 49 is high for a playoff game. Lions defense is playing a lot better, and the Bucks defense has been good and carried them here. So I'll lean the under here. Lean the Bucks plus the points. I like Lions to win the game, though. This is the game we all waited for, right? We're all waiting for this one. I'm excited for all four, to be honest, but this is the heavyweight battle. Game of the week, right? Mahomes versus Allen. Can't get much better than that. 3-3 versus each other. These two quarterbacks. Bills have won the last two games in these meetings, guys. Keep that in mind. KC, they won in KC this year by 3 points. I do think the Chiefs are playing a little bit better to end the year here. The defense, guys, this Chiefs defense is very good, very high level, and it's like kind of hard to believe. They never used to have a great defense, right? They would just win on offense. Now it's vice versa. Now it's the defense that's very good, and the offense is struggling at times. Looking a little better as of late, though. Right? Allowing the second fewest points per game on the year, just under 17 a game, 16.7 to be exact. And that's second in the NFL, just under the Ravens. And ahead of the 49ers by like 0.2 or something, or 0.5, right? But still, they're second in the NFL in points allowed, and that's the big difference here and why they're here. If this defense was just mediocre, they wouldn't even be in the playoffs, maybe. They'd probably still win that easy division. But, you know what I'm saying. Now, the offense has woken up as like 26 in a tough condition game against Miami, but Miami's defense is terrible. I don't know how much to factor that in. They prove they can play in bad conditions. It's going to be cold again in Buffalo. 25 versus the Bengals to end the year as well. I think that was on the road. So the Chiefs offense has been better at times, and starting with running the ball and running Pacheco. Pacheco had multiple 100-yard games in those games. 85 last week. Continue to look at Pacheco props to anytime touchdown. Great plays to back Pacheco. Bills defense a bit banged up as well. Waiting for more injury news before you want to pull the trigger there. Their leading tackler could be out for this game. Some secondary injuries as well. Gabe Davis hasn't practiced all week. I don't expect him to play unless he practices a little bit today. So look out for the injury report Friday. Chiefs are clearly the healthier team going into this game. But you got a guy like Josh Allen that can carry the team on the back. You're playing at home where they're 8-1. Some of the best fan bases in the world. Impressive 52-yard touchdown last week. Big TD throw. Josh Allen's playing MVP level. MVP level. Especially to end the year here. Yeah. It's going to be tough for the Chiefs to go in here and just win outright on the road. I get it. But Chiefs are a good road team, guys. Chiefs are a good road team. 6-2 on the year. Probably one of the best road records in the NFL. So keep that in mind. Total's tough here to get to 45.5. I would lean the under. Like playing unders in playoff games, guys. That's a theory I have over the years that works more than it doesn't. I do have a pending client play on this game if you guys want it. Head over to the website or the link. Pending full unit play on this game. Free play leans under 45.5. Look at the Pacheco. Look at the props to go over. Right? They're using it. They're running the ball to open up the pass game. They realize they can't pass as much this year. Pacheco runs hard. Bill's weakness is against the run. And if they have that leading tackler out, look for a good game from Pacheco. Underdogs. Guys, realistically, there are only two here in my eyes. If a Packers or Houston wins, I'll be shocked. More if Houston won. Either one, to be honest. But, it's the Bucks or the Chiefs. You have two options here this week in my eyes. Either of them will have a chance of winning. Either of them have a chance. Chiefs, I would say it's, a little closer, right? Even though it is tougher. It's tough to play in Buffalo, I get it. But Chiefs have that playoff experience and Mahomes, right? Bucks, you're banking on Baker and Mayfield, right? Do the math here, right? I would be a little surprised if the Bucks won outright. Little surprised. Would I be surprised if Chiefs go into Buffalo and win the game? No. So do the math there. Teaser options, two of my favorite. I mentioned already, guys. Just tease down 49ers and the Ravens under a field goal. 7-point teaser. It's the best way to play them. If they do win the games, it's going to be by a field goal or more. Do I see like a 25-24 winner? No. It's going to be 49ers, Ravens win this game by more than a field goal. That will be my favorite teaser options this week. That will do it, guys. That will do it. NFL season flew by. Wow. We're almost at the finals for the conferences. Looking forward to this week. Stacked week. Busy week, guys. Right? Busy time of the season. PGA's back full swing. Got to watch that all weekend. UFC Saturday. Pay-per-view card. Got to be watching that. NFL playoffs. And then NHL and NBA as well. Busy time of the year. Best time to get on board now. Due to multiple avenues, right? There's some handicappers out there, they just bet one or two sports. You can't profit like that long term a ton, right? What do you do in the off season when you're not betting on right? I'm all year round. I'm betting all year round, guys. Due to having knowledge and research skills, watching all different type of sports over the years and years and years. That will do it, guys. Like I always say, bet smart and enjoy this busy weekend.